Hi, this is Mr. VanScoyoc again. We are continuing and actually wrapping up our discussion of geologic time in this video, our third in the series. We've got a chart here of the geologic time scale. There are many different versions of this, but here's a pretty basic one with some of the major time periods. This one coming from the BBC website. You can Google that at the GCSE bite size and Google geologic timescale. That should take you there. The geologic timescale and the processes that happen occur over a very long period of time, often millions of years. Each geologic time period describes a particular major event that is thought to have happened at that particular time. The Earth, as we'd said before, is thought to be about 4.5 or 4.6 billion years old. Life is believed to become dominant on Earth about 542 million years ago. And this chart is showing some of those major geologic time periods. The geologic time periods relate to events which happened in Earth's history. For example, during the Carboniferous period, that would have been between 299 million and 359 million years ago. It says that during that time, tropical weather conditions in the UK and coal and limestone were formed. The most recent period in geologic time is called the Quaternary, and that is when the Ice Age occurred. So that would be this little time period there. Rocks are formed at different times and as a result of the environment present during that time. So for example, a lot of chalk is formed or was formed in the Cretaceous period, right here, between 65 and 145 million years ago. And for that chalk to form, there must have been warm tropical seas. Again, knowing what we do today about how chalk would form and kind of the processes involved, we can then assume that conditions were good for chalk to be made at that time, which would be the warm tropical seas. So those are just a couple examples and clues that scientists have kind of figured out. In our last few slides here, talk about erosion over time. Erosion is the wearing away of material through wind and water. Two, the process of erosion can expose or bring out layers of rock. As we saw in one of our earlier videos, we showed how one of those layers was missing. So we can actually have some layers being totally eroded away. Erosion, mountain building, and glacier movement change the surface of the Earth and the Earth materials to form different layers. Again, those erosion breaks it down and moves it, as does mountain building and glaciers, and that can result in different sedimentary layers made of different types of materials. Mountains over time. Mountain building happens when two plates collide. Often, there are other ways though. The plates crush together, causing land to be pushed up, resulting in the folding and breaking of the Earth's crust. Mountain building changes the shape of the Earth. Eventually, number 4, all mountains will crumble from erosion over time. And finally, number 5, mountain peaks eventually become rounded hills. Lastly, talking about glaciers. Glaciers are slow-moving masses of ice formed from compacted layers of snow. So when that snow builds up over time, when there's more snow and ice forming, or forming faster than it's melting, you get that buildup, and that buildup we call glaciers. Glaciers move and change with temperature change, gravity, and high pressure. Glaciers in the past and today can carve out mountains. Glaciers can also move rocks out of mountains. A good chunk or a good portion of Michigan was actually covered by glaciers, and many of our landforms today are, especially in our area of Michigan, we have many gravel pits and sand pits. Those are all the results of glacier movements depositing those big kind of hills and layers of sand and gravel, and so during our last ice age. So right in our own backyard, we kind of we are benefiting from those glaciers from that last ice age. And if you haven't already, or maybe you'd like to watch the Brain Pop Geologic Time video as a review. And then I just have a couple pictures here of the Grand Canyon and some glaciers in the mountains.